and the New Jersey list.
You know, Clint, I'm willing to sit here and help you talk to every agency in the whole country, but I think we're going to come up with exactly what we have right now, which is nothing.
We can't quit now, Bo. There's got to be something we can do, some lead we can come up with.
Do you know of anybody that can commune with the spirits of the dearly departed? Maybe we can have him get a hold of Victor Lord and just ask him, who adopted Vicky's baby?
Oh, that's very funny, Bo. Very funny. Wait a minute. Maybe you hit on something. Lysander Claire.
Clint, you know, I'm a little punchy right now, and that was a lousy joke, but that was a joke.
That might be exactly the lead we've been looking for, Bo.
Look, I know you want to find Vicky's daughter, so do I, but to go to a charlatan like this Lysander Claire and ask him to get a hold of Victor, come on.
That charlatan rewrote Vicky's history. At least the last 3 months of her high school senior year. And he did it well enough that she believed it for 25 years. Now, doesn't that mean something to you?
That means you probably want to talk to this kook.
Well, that kook didn't create that new history for Vicki out of thin air, Bo. And he didn't just make up events that could have happened to her, not all by himself. He had to know a good deal about her. And that was probably filled in for him by Victor Lord.
You think Lysander Claire could answer the big question? Where is Vicky's daughter?
Well, why don't we put that big question to our little magician?
Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. A man of infinite jest, of excellent fancy. Ah, my curtain raiser. Guaranteed to bring the wildest applause. You seem to have an aversion to knocking, Mr. Buchanan.
Well, it's not a social visit, Mr. Claire.
Who's this?
It's my brother, Bo.
Hi. Looks like we got here just in the nick of time, huh?
Yeah, you figuring on skipping town, Mr. Claire?
Usually when somebody wants to skip town, they got something to hide.
I wasn't skipping anywhere. I was just merely moving on.
Well, you're not moving on until you answer some questions.
Well, there's no need to throw your weight around, Mr. Buchanan. I'd be happy to answer any questions that I can answer.
Fine, let's start with this. Why did Vicki leave her senior year in high school? And what made her become Nikki Smith? And who and why was she running away?
And who got Nikki Smith pregnant? And who adopted her daughter?
One Life to Live will continue in a moment.
Tonight, another Barbara Walters exclusive. What happens with Mike Tyson and Robin Givens now?
I don't think there's anything that I can say which will be helpful.
Well, why don't you just tell us everything you know about that particular period in Vicky's life, and we can decide whether it's helpful or not.
The problem inherent in being rich and powerful is that you're accustomed to getting your own way, and you assume it'll always be like that. Well, as they say in Texas, you come to the wrong corral.
They say that in Texas, Bo?
I've never heard them say that in Texas.
They don't say that in Texas. Now, look, you're stalling. Mr. Claire, you make your living pulling rabbits out of hats and coins from behind people's ears. This shouldn't be too difficult to handle this little assignment, especially when there's a healthy reward in the making.
I'm not interested in your money, Mr. Buchanan.
Well, you took Mr. Lord's money 25 years ago. He must have paid you a pretty penny for your talents as a hypnotist. How much did he pay you?
That's none of your business.
Well, I was thinking of doubling it.
Mr. Claire, you know, if you give us the information that we'd like to hear, you could end up a very rich man.
If I'd wanted to be rich, I assure you, I would have accomplished that years ago. Now go home, Mr. Buchanan. Love and support your wife. Do everything that will make her happy.
The only thing that'll make my wife happy is finding her baby. And your stupid attempt to bury her past in her mind didn't work.
I didn't mean no harm, Mr. Buchanan. I did what I thought was best
I
for
don't
her.
care what your motives were. You created a nightmare, Mr. Claire.
You seem to love your wife very much.
I love her enough to do whatever it'll take to make her happy.
Well, then, convince her to give up this search. Convince her that her daughter is lost forever.
She won't accept that.
She must.
Why? What is there to be afraid of?
Go not forth into the field, nor walk by the way, for the sword of the enemy and fear is on every side.
I don't want your quotations. I want to know where Vicky's baby is, and I want to know it now.
There's no need for violence, Mr. Buchanan.
I'm tired of playing games with you, Claire.
Wait, hold on for 1 second, Clint, okay? What did you mean by that, enemies and fear on both sides of a road?
Just leave my office and take heed of my warning.
No, we're not going anywhere until you answer our questions.
Get out or I'll call the police.
Well, do it! Call him! Call him! We'll have you arrested for kidnapping. That ought to be good for a couple of years.
Mr. Claire, why don't you just give us the name of the adoption agency that Victor Lord placed Vicky's daughter in, and then you'll never see us again. You know, we'll go our way, you'll go your way. That's fair enough, right?
It's time you were on your way, Brothers Buchanan. Now, forget the heroics. Just you stand aside and let me pass.
No, Clint, you hear the man. You know, let's just step aside, let him pass.
I never fight with a man that's got a knife that big.
Hey, Claire! Hey, Claire,
Well, listen, you've got 2 seconds to tell us what happened to Vicky's baby, or you could spend all the time you want to lying to the police.
All right, but take your hands off me.
I didn't hear the name of any adoption agency, did you, Bo?
No.
Call 911 and tell them to hurry.
No, it's all right. I'm about to divulge a secret I've never revealed before. There's no way that Victoria will recover the years she lost with her daughter.
That's true. But there's still a lot that they can share.
It's not in the stars, Mr. Buchanan. Take heed of my warning, or else you'll cause untold heartache for everyone.
How can finding Vicky's daughter cause heartache?
Forget it, Bo. This is a lot of mumbo-jumbo. Now, you said you were going to tell us a secret that you haven't told anyone before. Out with it.
The secret is that I have an appointment elsewhere.
What the hell? Where'd he go? You can't just disappear into thin air.
Houdini used to do it every day. I guess this Lysander guy's got the magic touch, seems to me.
I think he's also got a couple secrets we'd like to know. Some answers. And maybe some answers we don't want to know.
You don't think his warnings are just a lot of mumbo-jumbo?
I got a feeling in the pit of my stomach, Bo, that says he does know a secret. A terrible secret about Vicky's past.
Maybe we ought to convince her to just drop this whole search right now.
It's too late for that. It's gone too far. And no matter what the secret is, we can't back out now.